Hey, Vibe Masters. It's your girl, Vibe Missy, checking in with you guys. And I'm here today to do my second review on Power. They say this is a big, rich town. Yeah, I just come from the poorest parts. Bright lights, city lights, I gotta make it. Yeah, it's episode 2. And today we're gonna discuss what happened in this episode. Right, so first we start off with a shipment coming in, and we see that it's a lot of product that it's coming in, right? And I'm wondering like how are they gonna be able to pull off this one, but we'll see. Anywho, we go to Jamie and Angela being in bed together, and we see her getting up and going out, and Jamie's basically asking her where is she going. Of course, he's being inquisitive because he's trying to find out like what's going on. She doesn't know that he knows, but he knows that she's an FBI agent, and he's basically keeping tabs on her. She tells him she's going for a run, but Jamie decides to follow her, and so we're off. She goes for a run, and Jamie's running, basically, I guess, some feet behind her or on the other side. And he basically sees her meeting up with Greg. Oh, wow. Gotcha, Jamie. I guess it brought him back to his high school days, his high school days when she was cheating on him or when she left him. But Jamie seemed to be very disappointed, and of course Angela doesn't know that he's watching, so she's being herself, trying to flirt with Jamie to find out what's going on with Neymar's case in terms of logos, because remember she's been taken off that case, right, by the new head detective that's in charge. All right, Jamie doesn't know what's going on, so he suspects that she's probably sleeping with this guy. Anywho, he goes into his van, and Shawn asks if he should drive away, and he says no. And he watches and he sees the sweatshirt and what's written on the sweatshirt, so he realizes that this guy is also an FBI agent, right? So he picks up his phone and he calls Angela, and she doesn't answer the phone. She rejects the call, right? And he leaves a message on it and says he's leaving, and he's gonna come and visit her throughout the week or during the week, and she's to leave the keys with the doorman. Miss Angela, Miss Angela, Miss Angela. Oh my gosh, I can't with this bitch. I can't at all. Anyway, she takes her keys away from her sister, and she basically tells Jamie that she's gonna give him a key instead of leaving the key with the doorman. She's gonna give him his own key for her apartment. So she takes the keys that her sister had, the spare that her sister had, and gave it to Jamie, right? By the way, I should say that the music in this TV show is absolutely awesome. I'm like enjoying the music. It's a really, 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 really great music. Anyway, so we see girls going to the warehouse where Diego Martinez is, and he's basically looking at how much product there is, and it's a lot of product. We're not sure like how are they gonna move this product, but yeah, he goes to see Diego, right? And Diego is basically the head of the warehouse, right? Diego seems to be Diego is a very important person, right? And throughout this episode we see that Diego is also being questioned by the police, because like they're putting all this little thing together, like this person and that person, like what cops do in usual police shows, right? And they put this thing together, and the only weakling that they could see was Diego. So they tried to question Diego to find out what exactly was going on, to see if he would, open up and speak about what was going on. But Diego is very quiet. It was funny when they said to him that we know about ghosts. When they said that, Diego was kind of startled. But then when they said to him, oh, we know about the white man that's ghost, Diego was like, oh, it's a white man, right? And he basically laughed. Throughout the season, throughout this episode, I should say, we see Angela picking up that Tommy is ghost, because she brought in Louise's daughter Isabel to finish a sketch that Neymar had started. Even though Isabel is a minor, Angela doesn't care. I'm telling you, this bitch will stop at nothing to get exactly what she wants. She's done it with Jamie, and now she's doing with this investigation, right? We sisters could take note from this bitch. She will stop at nothing. Anywho, so she basically gets Isabel to finish the sketch on Ghost, and so she now has a full face, right? And she asks her assistant or whoever this person is to find out like who would match these facial features of this person in their system, and one of the persons that she saw in the system was Tommy, right? She basically tries to seduce Greg, which is her ex-boyfriend by the way, to see if she can get access to hear the video, hear the recording that they have of this ghost person, but Greg is not falling for it. So what she basically does is break into the system, into Greg's system, and she hears Tommy's voice. Oh my gosh, Tommy is in trouble. Yeah. Anyways, we see Angela basically pulling back from Ghost, I guess high school all over again, because Tommy and Ghost are good friends. So we basically see her pulling back from Ghost because she suspects that Tommy is the person who is Ghost, right? So she pulls back from Jamie, right? And she does her own investigations on Jamie. She came up clean. She also did private investigations on Jamie and came up clean. So I guess she thinks she's scot-free with Jamie, and Jamie is clear of everything. We also see Jamie going to her house and basically digging through stuff. He found some files, but the files that he found, basically there was nothing in it to say that he or Tommy was being investigated. So he also thinks that he's scot-free. So Jamie thinks that him and Tommy are scot-free, and Angela thinks that Jamie is scot-free from everything that's going on. Like, she thinks Tommy is guilty, but Jamie is not a part of it, right? Alright, so this brings us to Mr. Andrews, aka Simon. I think that's his name. The white man that is trying to take over Ghost's Club Truth. This man is seriously, seriously crazy. What he did was basically bought the building that Ghost owns with Truth. So because Ghost won't give him Truth, so he bought the building with Truth, which Truth is in, so that he can have control over the club. And basically he's saying to Ghost, we will clear everything, we'll open back the club if you will work for me. So just give me Truth, you will work for me, and then we'll open back the club. Right? Ghost is kind of like iffy, but he says okay and tells him that he doesn't trust him. And the nerve of this man. Simon is gonna say something like, well, I think you not trusting me, it has something to do with your cultural background. I'm like, really, dude? Really? And from the first episode, we already know that Simon and his family are totally racist. So this was just like even further reiterating the point that he's racist. The fact that he was stereotyping Ghost and saying like, oh, you know, you're black and black people really don't trust anybody, so I expect that of you. It's your cultural background. The nerve of this bitch. Anywho, Ghost has reasons not to trust him, because basically what he's doing is basically trying to get Ghost under his wing so he can figure out how Ghost made Truth popular, so that he can basically take away Ghost's marketing strategies to open his own club. And we see him using this guy. What's his name again? Kento. Which was the guy that worked with him before, which he fired, who was working with Ghost, right? So he basically is using Kento to basically get what he wants, right? And what he does, this is even further proven why Ghost doesn't trust him. What he does is basically makes Kento the general manager, so that Ghost has to basically talk to Kento. So Ghost has to now answer to Kento. How degrading is that? Like, seriously, Kento used to work for Ghost, and now you promoted him to manager and made Ghost have to report to Kento. That is just so wrong. So wrong. I was very aggravated by that. But Ghost already knows what's going on, because like we see him even questioning Kento and saying to him how, because Mr. Andrews, aka Simon, is shipping off Ghost to Miami to open a club. And we see Ghost questioning Kento like, how did he know that I was doing business in Miami, that I was going to open a club in Miami, right? So we already see that Ghost already understands what's going on, and he knows what's going on, and he's on top of it. Right. Last week I was kind of questioning Ghost, like, how can he be the mastermind of everything and he doesn't know what's going on? But this week we definitely see that Ghost understands exactly what is going on, and he's keeping tabs on everything. Alright? Kanan is back, and he finally decides to reveal himself to Ghost, to say that he's back. And he basically is using Shawn again as his pawn. So he basically says to Shawn, don't tell them that I'm back. and tell them that you didn't know that I was back, right? So anyways, they go to see Ghost and Tasha, and basically yeah, Shawn is playing the role. I bet he's playing the role for his dad, and Ghost is kind of suspicious of Kanan, and we see that. And Kanan is kind of like reminding me like of black people, a typical black person crab in a barrel, you know, like they don't want to see you. They don't want to see you go nowhere, you know. They're trying to pull you down. Even Tommy is trying to, get him back in the business, but Kenan doesn't really want to be back in the business. He wants to be the man that is in charge, right? And I think Ghost kind of sees that what's happening, and so he's kind of like, telling Tommy, go easy, please to go easy with Kenan. Tasha also, I kind of figured that Tasha kind of picks up what's going on. And I get the feeling that there is a history between Tasha and Kanan. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that's picking this up. But I kind of figuring out that, like, from her reaction to him and stuff, that there may be a history. Or maybe there is going to be something that goes on between she and him. Yeah, but we'll see how that. Anywho, in the meantime, Shawn, he's basically trying to talk to Tasha, and Tasha is basically like pushing him away, like saying, oh, whatever happened in the past, please forget it, because that's it with us, that's a wrap, right? And it will be interesting to see what happens, because Shawn kind of reminds me of this psychotic person, and I just think that he's just gonna go into this psychotic mode, and he's just gonna get really crazy. And with the influence of Kanan, I have no doubt that Shawn is gonna become this psychotic person, because we see in this episode that Kanan is one heartless motherfucker. Like, seriously, he goes to find out what happens to Pink Sneakers, to the guy that was in charge of Pink Sneakers, and the guy basically has no answers for him. And though the guy is begging for his life, like, I have a family, I have this and that, Kanan has no qualms with putting the gun at his head and basically just shooting his skull out. He is one heartless beast. Like, seriously. Right. Tommy and Holly, oh my gosh, let's just say this. Angela is to Ghost as Tommy is to, as Holly is to Tommy. Like, seriously. Tommy and Holly, I think Holly is gonna really bring down Tommy. I don't see her being any kind of good influence on his life at all. He's so in love with her that he's scared to check her. Like, bitch, you shouldn't have said that to Ghost. Like, why did you call him his name in front of everybody? He's scared to check her. And as a result, I think that Holly is gonna be the downfall of Tommy. But we'll just see how everything plays out. I have my eyes set on Shawn, because I think Shawn is one psychotic something. I think he's really psychotic. So I'm gonna have my eyes on Shawn. I have my eyes on Kanan, because I just see Kanan taking over everything. It was just so funny to see how they were trying to move the product, even like having those Haitian people in the thing and using voodoo to sell crack to determine whether or not you should buy crack from this man. It was just so funny. But yeah, as I said before, the writers of this show, they're doing an awesome job, and I just can't wait to see how everything plays out. Ghost and Angela, they're going off to Miami together. And he's Ghost is using the opportunity, because Mr. Andrew sent him off to Miami. So he's using the opportunity to go to Miami to look for Pink Sneakers, right? Because they went to find the guy, and because Kanan had killed him, there was no guy, right? So they're going off to Miami to see what happens with Pink Sneakers. And so Angela is going with him. I'm not sure how this is gonna play out, because he's gonna have to do some kind of criminal activities in Miami. So we'll just see what happens when Angela goes with him, because Angela decides after doing her investigation on Ghost and realizing that he's clean, she has decided to go with him. So we'll just see how this plays out. Anyways, Vibe Masters, that is it on my review on episode 2 of Power. I love you guys, and thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I love you. Bye bye.